Hello viewers, you are welcome to another interesting edition of News Trend. And you know how we do it, we bring you latest news and updates in and around the country or the globe as it were. And today we have another interesting one for you. I'm sure you must have been seeing a video that is circulating online about a certain, well, let's say alleged, because everything is always alleged, alleged father of popular singer Ahmed Ololade Odunsi, also known as Asake. In this video, we see the man seeking for help and saying that his so-called son Asake has deserted him. He does not pick his call. He has a stroke and he has not seen his son and all that, so trying to seek sympathy, so to say. We also know that he also sent a message to the mother, Ashake's mother, also telling her to beg her son to come to his aid. Sorry about that. And he also mentioned house rent. I don't know how stroke and then house rent too entered the matter. We don't even know which one to believe. And I've been waiting for Ashake's reply. And we have something online. I'm not sure whether it's his reply, but let's just say alleged as the others too, where he said that this man, the so-called father, called him when the mother told him that she was pregnant for Asake. She said you should go and get rid of the bastard child. If that is true, that you should get rid of the bastard child. And he didn't have anything to do with him. He didn't pay, for his school fees or take care of him and all that. But now that he's all that, everybody, Asake there, is now sick and is now seeking for help. So this is a very serious one. Let's discuss it, sir. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think starting from you, you should be very careful so that you don't get yourself into trouble with Asake. He has not come out openly to identify with that long name that you mentioned.
Oh, really?
He has always said he prefers to just simply be referred to
as Asake. My apologies, Asake.
So, for me, when some years back he was asked, why did you adopt
the name Asake?
The name Asake for your stage name? And he said it was simply because a lot of people, his friends, when he was growing up, they used to call him Omo Asake. And you know the meaning of that phrase or sentence in Yoruba means is more or better identified with the mother,
yes,
than the father.
Exactly.
And in this part of the world, our culture values the male child the more than the female. So for a male child to be better associated with the mother quickly points in one direction. For me, either a father didn't exist or the father still didn't exist.
Exactly.
In the sense that he's alive, but he's not playing his role.
Present, yes.
The first one is maybe what? He died. But now we found out that it's the second one. How will you, now that you are ill,
that's when you remember you have child,
want to reap where you did not sow? Because that's the question a lot of people have been asking. And that's the question I'm also going to ask. You didn't want the child, abort. The mom did not abort. She kept the pregnancy. Yet, as a father, you knew that there was a boy somewhere,
yes.
But you never paid the school fees. You never took care of the mother. You never did anything. And it's not about him now that we are talking about. But he has a family also. So where you have that family, what about all the other children? Exactly. Why are you not calling on them to come to your aid? Why Asake?
Exactly.
Because it's a big question. Some people may say, forgive and forget. But
that is what people always say, especially in this part of the world. He's still your
does
father. He's still
does it
your
work
father.
that way?
It really doesn't. It really doesn't work that way.
It
But then,
doesn't.
because now we have, as usual, plenty of online family members who are who are saying all sorts of things. He's still your father, no matter what he has done. He's your father. Don't regret. Don't let him place a curse on you. I'm like, what is the meaning of all this?
Where is even the curse coming from?
I don't know. Even Bible say curse, lest shall not curse.
Even if he has capacity or the wherewithal to curse, and the curse, your curse can only become effective when you have done the right thing.
Exactly.
You can't just wake up one day and say to a child you abandoned because you didn't take care of me. Like they say in Yoruba, and that's your child will do so to you. Let the man know that there is better news. No man of this generation is waiting for a child to take care of him. It's his own generation that will do that.
Yes.
It's his own generation. You should go and watch it. People are no longer doing that. They've gone beyond that. But before we even go into that, it's part of how to live now. The bottom line is you didn't even want to identify with this child in the first place.
You didn't want to. You didn't want the child.
So why the claim? Why are you laying claim?
Because he's a superstar now.
Oh, it's this sense of entitlement.
Entitlement, yes. And then, because of this social media, he knows that once he comes on there now, a lot of people even if Asake himself does not, respond to him, he knows that we are sentimental in this part of the world. Emotional.
Some people will start.
Yes, they start saying, it's your father. Oh, let's do this for him. Oh, let's do that
crowdfunding. It's better I should go for that crowdfunding. If I'm there on that platform, I won't give him a penny.
Yeah, well, that's everyone's like you.
It is very unfathomable that you say a child is a bastard. There is no bastard child.
There is really no bastard.
How do you even define bastard? How do you define it? Is it that there is no father that impregnated?
Which is not possible.
It has only happened once.
Once, yes, with Mary.
So,
but even that, they said the Holy Spirit overshadowed us. So that one to
yes, no. We're even saying yes, we know the source, exactly. But the only person that a man has not slept with who got pregnant and gave birth to a child that we know is Mary. I'm not sure I have seen one now.
I'm yet to see.
I'm yet to see. So if you have labeled that child a bastard, number one, know that there is no bastard child. You gave birth to that boy. You impregnated the mom. It was only that it was irresponsible by not.
It was said that from what I read online, it was said that he rejected from the post, that Asake alleged post, that he rejected the pregnancy because the mother is not educated or wasn't educated and he was educated, so he didn't want any funny business, but then he could sleep with her.
Pardon me, he could use an educated
exactly
what do you call it?
To collaborate with an uneducated. Oh my.
So it meant that his manhood couldn't recognize that what he was getting into, where he was diving into, was uneducated. And then you got the lady pregnant. And then you said, go and abort it. Now, in your old age, you need help. That's where you are running to.
But that's the problem with a lot of men these days. It's a classic example of what is happening in our society today. He won't be the first person. A lot of men are doing that.
He won't be the last. Yes,
he will not be the last. He won't be the last.
I agree with you. People just want sex. And when they want sex, it's like their brain.
They don't take responsibility for the sex. There's nothing even wrong with wanting sex. Like I always say, sex is a human need. It's a human, just like being hungry, wanting to wear clothes. It's a natural human need. And we don't make the rules. It's God that did it, you know. But then do it responsibly. If you know you're not ready to father a child or mother a child, then you take there are too many precautions these days, or medication and all that you can take that will prevent you from bringing an unwanted child into the world.
Yes, not a bastard.
Not a bastard. There's actually no bastard,
no bastard
now.
because the word bastard means illegitimate.
Well,
what is illegitimate in a child that was born?
That was maybe illegitimate in the sense that you don't want. I don't know.
Or the fact that the two of you were supposed to be responsible enough became irresponsible,
and then you are now hanging it on the neck of an innocent child. And then you go funny. Yourself and you're like, I'm not going to take care of this child, can't do it, blah, 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 blah. And most of the time, the woman, of course, the women are always, we shall take the child, it's my child. Because that's how women are. And she will struggle, and then
see the child through
see the child through everything. And the child has now made a name, and all that. That's when you now say, that's my son, that's my son.
Well, this thing reminds me of a Yoruba proverb or saying that when somebody says, I want to have a child, don't tell that person not to have the child. Because the day you send that child on errand is the day you will hear your story.
Exactly.
That's the child you said I should not have. That's the child you said I should not have. Why are you sending the child on errand? And that's what has happened to
him now.
Ashake's father. Pa Fatai Odosi. That's what has happened to him. So, for me also, there is a lesson in this. The generation, it's so unfortunate, but we are learning that very fast. The generation that took pity on their parents, that generation is dead.
It's gone.
Gone completely.
No, we are the generation. We are the last of the generation.
It's possible. But even we at our own level now, we are dispassionate about issues. In the past when parents, quote and unquote, misbehave, she be mama any, she be baba any, you go back. And there are some very bad instances. For instance, a man who is retired from active service, active work, any money, now almost every year, we go impregnating girls all around and be bringing the child home because he has children who have money that will take care of them. It won't happen again.
It can't.
This generation will just look at you and walk away.
Yes. So
it won't happen. Even I will do it. Though I'm still a part of that generation that will say, but I will do it. Because that is an irresponsible. These days, you need to prepare for your own retirement, your own old age. You don't expect a child to abandon his wife or abandon the husband.
Yes, because they actually have their own life and family.
Yeah. It might sound like a joke, but our children are telling us very clearly now that prepare for your old age.
Take care of yourself.
Otherwise, you prepare for your old age. One child was telling the father, when I get married, and me and my family, we need to travel abroad, I'm still going to come back to you to process our visa for us. Telling the father. I said, yes, that's your duty. Now you know how to do it.
Wow.
So you will do it for us. That is the mentality now. It is not the mentality of my child is coming to do something for me.
Yes, it's still them wanting and taking. Yes.
Children telling their father, you can't stop my allowance even when I get married, when I start working.
Exactly. I know some of them.
So one man is now waking up a child that you have called a bastard.
That you have even called a bastard. Not even a child that you have been present in the life and done everything.
Exactly. You are not telling that child to come and be paying your. Of course, if I'm the one, I won't look in that direction. It's so unfortunate. People always talk about milk of human kindness and all that. Those are the things that we fail to properly distill in our lives in terms of human relationship. some will say it is the law of the olden days that if somebody slaps you, you slap the person back. But when you continuously slap somebody in this age, even in the era of the new law, that person will retaliate.
Definitely.
That person will retaliate.
As if you get to slap the person in the first place.
If the person doesn't have your hand. You know? So the fathers and mothers need to watch it now.
Yes. So.
Parents who abandon children need to start watching it. You know?
And it's so amazing that they never realize these things until that old age.
Yes, until then.
Because when they are younger now, they feel like, hey, I can do an undo.
I've gone to a wedding where they kept the father of the bride at the back. As
it should be. Yes.
Because the father was not present in the life of the lady. But they sent him an invitation. You are cordially invited. But you and your friends, this is your room. At the back.
You don't have a place.
Somebody else took the bride and presented her.
Imagine.
So these things are changing. It's now a different world. If you have the capacity to father children, you should also have the capacity to be responsible for them. You know, and it is not again all about money.
It's not again all about money. Yes, I was just going to say that because there are some fathers who are like, Shebi, I paid your school fee. Shebi, but it's not just about that. You have to have a relationship with your children.
Exactly. There are some fathers who don't even know the schools of their children.
Yeah, so some don't even know the class
they make it look. They make it look like it's just about the mother. And then those children are growing up, knowing only one of the parents as being responsible for them. It could be the other party that is providing the money, hiding under this cloak of I'm so busy.
Yes.
Then those children will not know.
I'm busy making the money. Yes. Yeah, it's the money that. But then we have to balance this. Yes.
That you are the one paying the fees.
Because they are the other person they are seeing.
And then one other thing people don't also realize is the fact that those who do the chores, they add more value than those who pay the bills.
The bills, yes, that's true.
And I'm sure you would have heard the story of on social media of the husband who came home one day complaining that the only thing you do in this house, you just stay at home from morning to take care of these children. Is a problem.
You're not doing any work.
Then the wife said, okay, we both set up the company. You have my degree. The same kind of degree I have is what? So you stay at home with these children. Let me also go to that office.
Exactly.
On day one was when the man prostrated and begged. That the children almost killed him before the wife came back. It's a matter of being responsible. And the era, like I said, of I can just have a child and walk away. That era is over. Children are really, really showing their parents now.
Yeah.
Showing them that it's a different ballgame.
It is.
So Asake's father should do is crowdfunding. Like I said, I've noticed it all these years.
What's your take? Do you think Asake should be silent and not respond to him? Or do you think for the fact that, okay, he's your father,
if I'm Asake, I won't even say what. Asake made his point some years back, like I said, when he granted that interview. Everybody knows you as Asake. Why a female name? And he said, they knew me with my mom. They started using her name to call me. So, that's what I'm used to. That's what I grew up with. If the man was available, perhaps they would have been saying Omofatai.
You know?
Because, like I said earlier, a lot of people identify the male child more with the father. But there was no Fatai in his life. It was Asake that was there. So if I happen to be in his shoes, I won't say anything. I'll move on with my life.
If you don't say anything, it's one thing to not say anything. It's also another thing to keep quiet, but then still go behind and help a man.
But we have seen now that he has not done any of
for
those.
now.
For now.
For now.
Yes. Maybe if people can confuse him. Because they can't. No. They can't convince him. They can only confuse him. Because like I said, when I read that interview some years back, I knew there was no relationship between them. None. So if you are now trying to say, I now want to have a relationship with you because you are ill. If he was in the position, a vantage position, and he wants to claim that child, perhaps he's now a millionaire or billionaire and says, if I'm a woman, me, Asake, go and look for my child, Asake. It will be a different ball game.
It's because now that you are in need.
Yes.
And I'm sure if Asake wasn't a big star like he is, assuming he's just he doesn't have money or whatever, we won't be hearing about this. He might probably not even be.
He won't even look for him.
Exactly.
He won't look for him if he was just a street boy.
Yes.
So when should be more responsible, seriously. And it comes to me also. Because I knew from the onset that men ought to pay more attention to children than they do. Where you have both parties taking care of children, research has shown that they turn out better.
Of course.
They turn out in terms of knowledge, confidence, emotion. Everything is, and you find out that in a family where one parent is weak spiritually, the other one is a prayer warrior. Where one does not know how to earn so much money, when you are two, you are better off.
Yes, even the Bible said
you know. So you must, as a man, be present in your children's life.
Okay, so I hope that Asake's father is watching this. Or someone we said it to him. So please, let's do better, men generally. Let's just do better. It's not about fathering children, father here. Some men, they will father in all the countries, all the states in Nigeria. Yes, especially those that work, all those, there are some occupations like that they take them everywhere. When you get to Abeokuta, you do one there. You go to Benin, you do one. It's really not advisable to just bring up children. And then, because some women, some men feel like taking care of a child is a woman's job.
Yeah.
Yes. I told you, just taking care. And that is why some of them who still look back will send money. That Shebi, I'm giving them money. That's all they need. But it's a lot more than that. You need to be present in your children's life. You need to be a daddy, not just a father. Also, I was even going to say that, that's the behavior of the man leaving the children to the women and just having children all over the place is more prevalent in this part of the world, and which is because of our laws. In more advanced countries, you can't just have a child and just think you're going to go scot-free, because you have to pay child support. I've even heard of people, although it's not like over there is foolproof, because I know some people who are owing a lot in child support, but at least you know that you are owing, because there's a lot to it, and you know that you can't just have a child, even whether it's out of wedlock or what. You can't just have a child and say, okay, I'm not going to do anything on this child, because you can be reported or things like that.
I think the problem we have in Nigeria really is not about the laws. It's about us enforcing our rights.
Exactly.
In our law or our laws, we recognize the Christian marriage. We recognize the Islamic marriage, both of which, and seriously so, don't have the capacity to limit the number of wives that you have. But the moment you step into the court and you do one man, one wife, like we will say, you have entered it. You have entered one chance. But most times people don't even claim their rights.
Yes.
In this part of the world, we have had even people who are legally married that their husbands have abandoned for 5, 7, 10 years. And they just stay put. And they are waiting for the man until when he comes.
That's true.
But in the law, abandonment is a huge ground for divorce. This week, we had a story. A judge granted divorce After 1 year, when the
1 year?
yes, when the woman came to tell the court that I've been abandoned. And they went and dragged the man. The man said, yes, I've not seen her in 1 year. I've abandoned her for 1 year. 1 year.
Just 1 year. I thought it was 2 years.
Once you are able to establish a ground for abandonment, you are good to go.
Wow.
But people don't explore it.
But
we
then
just
that kind of man
and
now, they will just dissolve the marriage. And they'll probably say, okay, you should be paying this. But they never do.
No. What did you take to court? What you take to court and what you want to enforce will be what the judge will give to you. For instance, if you go to the court and the judge says, okay, you want 20,000 in a year. They tie the man's properties around that money. If you come back to complain that this man has not paid me 1 year, the court will give you a judgment ordering that his properties that amount to that amount of money should be seized.
Okay.
That's what happens. Even when tenants refuse to pay what they are supposed to pay, that's what happens. Once you are patient enough to get that judgment and they execute it on your behalf, they will get your money for you.
Wow.
But a lot of times, because we are sentimental in this country.
Yeah, too much.
We are too sentimental.
And it's affecting us.
Maybe you know that man is the son of my friends. They now begin to attach sentiments to things that you can ordinarily execute through the courts. And we in this part of the world, you see, we have come to a conclusion that when you go to the court, you can't come back and be friends again. So we don't want to go to court.
True.
You can go to the court to go and sort yourself out and come back and be friends. You allow the court to decide who is wrong and who is right. It doesn't bring any problem. It is for you to sort things out. That's why a lot of the time you see women, when those children grow up and they start looking for their dad, they now begin to complain. It's me that brought you up.
Yes,
you are now going to
I wasted my life. I took care of you.
That is why from the onset,
my life on hold.
Exactly. You should have put your foot down and insist that this man must be a part
of this children's life.
It is when you attend some primary schools parent teachers association meeting, I like the way they do it. When they see only the wife or the husband consistently, the other party is not there. Some will call them and say, we have not seen you in this parent teacher, or we have not come on visiting day before. They call them out. And I think I like that. Where my children went to, where they attended for their primary school, I was very happy then because I see a lot of men like me. Even busy ones, as busy as being a pilot.
Wow.
A class pilot coming to any time that man has the opportunity, he comes to pick his children from school. Sometimes you see him in his captain regalia, coming in his pilot regalia, coming to pick those children. You see some grandmas, you see some grandpas coming to pick their grandchildren. It's a good way to have to develop a whole being, not it is only the father or it is only the mother. And I think we need to enforce those things when there is a breach. The court says be paying child support. It doesn't pay first month, doesn't pay second month. Just leave him now. Maybe he doesn't have. You are making excuses for somebody.
For him. Exactly. That's what
who is gallivanting elsewhere.
And spending that money elsewhere.
Spending it elsewhere. On other women, on other children. So it's for us. We have the laws. No doubt about that. But it also depends on the kind of marriage you contracted. Some are not married at all, so they can't make anything. Some are married. Even now, the two major religions are encouraging people to go to court before they come to them for wedding. So that you have an agreement that is legally binding. Even the courts now the government now recognize local, what do we call it? Traditional wedding. So if you do that and you get your certificate, then you have a claim, even if the man marries another wife. You have a claim. Because those ones too, they now have authority to issue certificates, just like the churches and the mosque. So there must be something binding. The court recognized the fact that there is something called dowry. Now, we recognize it. So if you say, I want to get divorced from this man, the man too can come and say, yeah, give me my dowry.
Give me back my dowry.
And once you pay it back, the court says, it's said to have go your ways.
Go your separate ways.
Even when they didn't go to court to get married, that issue of dowry matters. So it all depends on how we interpret the law and how far we want to go in terms of exercising our rights.
Right. And people even knowing their rights. Because, these days, a lot of people getting married, but they don't really know what's in it, what's supposed to be done, what's not. Their rights, basically. They are just after it's okay, the ring, yes, the ceremony, the ring. I'm not a missus.
Yes, let's organize party.
Exactly. Let's take a shabby.
Oh my loud.
Oh my loud.
That's what you hear. Oh my loud. And when
they run into troubled waters, they don't, I don't know, maybe people don't believe in the justice system in this country, or, people are just not encouraged.
They don't even know what the law is saying.
So because they don't know now.
Sometimes I interact with people who are even people who are occupying positions of authority, like policemen and all the rest, who are supposed to be conversant with what they just spew rubbish. They spew rubbish because they don't know what the law says. They don't. And once you get to a point where you don't even know, like somebody said, I can't remember the particular case. He said, when you are going to court, the man lost the case, not the kind of lawyers you take to court, because his own lawyer let him down. There was a part that the opponent saw and hid into it and showed them shaggy. And unfortunately for them, the case had reached the peak. They couldn't challenge it again. So you must know, what are you taking to court? If you are taking a matter to court, then you make sure that every loophole is blocked. Because the moment you leave one, that's the end. We must know. It's important that we know. Anything at all in life, including marriage.
Yes, you need to be knowledgeable about this. I think this is even in relation to what they say, that if you want to hide something for the black man.
Yes, go and put it in a book.
Put it in a book, or just say, okay, read. Like a lot of other things too. Maybe phones and things that we apps online, all these agreements that they should say, read. Read and then sign. A lot of people they just sign without reading.
Exactly.
Without reading everything. If there's something against you there, you don't know.
Exactly.
Something that's going to affect you later, you don't know. Just let me say, I don't have time, Joe.
If you want to take a risk like that, you take it with your lawyer. A risk like that, you don't take it alone. You take it with your trusted lawyer. Because even some lawyers are cheats. They just make sure you sign, and they go behind you, and it becomes a problem. So you don't take such risks at all, except you feel like, okay, my lawyer. Because even between husbands and wives, we do it. We do it. We just make our wives or husbands to sign just any paper. And when they finish signing, they have signed their death warrants.
Wow.
So we should be careful.
Okay, yes, so we should be careful. I hope this serves as a lesson for everybody. Please, let's know our rights. Let's know our rights. Let's read agreements. And this is not just in marriage, for marriage or whatever, even in business and other things, even religion, anything. Just make sure you know what you are getting into or what you are doing. Always have something binding. If you want to come in partnership with anybody, whoever it is, don't say, this is a pastor, or no, this is my trusted friend, or whatever. You don't know. Make it binding. Put pen to paper, please. And I wish Asake's father luck. I mean, what can I wish him now?
It's luck.
I wish
Real
him
good
luck. I
luck.
wish him luck. And if there's any updates, if Asake goes behind back door to go and help the father, we'll definitely let you know, because all these things cannot even be hidden. Someone we know somewhere and something will come out.
Yes,
We'll
certainly.
definitely let you know. So please share this video. You can even share so that Asake's father will see it. And also like and subscribe so that you get notifications when we come out with the updates, and follow us on all our social media handles at the Eagle Online. And we'll see you next time with more updates.
Bye.
Bye.